Hey guys, well, we are headed to the shop. We won't be there long though. We are going to get some jack stands, a couple tools, and we're gonna actually work out of the garage for the first time in a long time. I still got the Acura still at the shop in pieces. I do want to finish it. It is important for me to finish it, but did some testing on the Jeep. And the Jeep currently is in front wheel drive mode, which tells me, and if you guys haven't watched that video, I would suggest you click the link above or below. And then on top of that, I suggest you look at this clip.
'600 Kawasaki, Dave Fraser out of Bonneville, taking on the dreaded Jeep Cherokee of Joe Lloyd. $760 for the Jeep, 8 seconds flat for the Kawasaki. '600 Kawasaki, Dave Fraser out of Bonneville, taking on the dreaded Jeep Cherokee of Joe Lloyd. $760 for the Jeep, 8 seconds flat for the Kawasaki.
It appears I broke something while I was in Bonneville. Well, not it appears, I did. What blew me away was the ability to actually still drive the Jeep. So at first I was thinking, I blew the transfer case up. But then it became apparent that I didn't have the rear wheels. And so for you that don't know on the WK2 SRTs, if you blow the transfer case, typically you only have rear wheel drive. So what's the issue there? Well, you can do a lot more damage in the transfer case continuing to drive. Obviously, there's a chain broken or teeth. It's going to get into bearings, and that's going to cause potential detrimental disaster, which then could seize up your transmission. So I do suggest if you do have a broken transfer case, do not drive it. But I wanted to get off the track, get on the trailer, get off the trailer. And that's when it became obvious that I only had the front wheels powering the Jeep. I didn't have any errors for the transmission. At first, maybe we thought, did I snap an output? Did I snap the output shaft for the transmission? It didn't appear that way. So we put it up in all four up in the air. I had the wife hop in, started it, she put it in drive, and the front wheels took off. And then the rear, the back left, would like lurch forward. Lurch like every once in a while would click forward. That's the limited slip slightly working. So what that tells me is the back right was free spinning inside the diff. So when I got off on the trailer in Bonneville, I felt the axles and everything felt fine, but that was fully loaded. That's all the weight on. I haven't pulled on the axle with the axles kind of pulling on them, and that might be where I notice a difference. When it's spinning the tires and the drive shafts are moving and the diff is moving, I don't hear any weird noises. The axle's not making any noise. So did I snap the input into the diff? So I'm gonna grab a drain pan. I'm gonna grab a couple jack stands. I'm gonna grab a couple little things that I need, a 36 mil axle nut, and we're gonna try and get this Jeep. I'm also gonna grab a ball joint press, because I'm gonna likely have to, and then a couple ratchet straps. I'm gonna likely have to lift the hub up and as I pull the axle out, and that's what we're gonna find out pretty quickly. So I'm sorry for the long intro, guys, but I needed to talk about what kind of happened. I did think I broke my transfer case. The way every check engine light, guys, came on for transfer case. Service four-wheel drive system, service four-wheel drive system, service four-wheel drive system. I had no power. It just, you know, in heat of the moment, and honestly, like, I was sitting there thinking that this cost me $3,500. And it's funny, I called up Hellraiser Transmissions. Hey, props to those guys. He said, do a couple more tests, because they don't generally upgrade the transfer cases, which is like extremely unique to me. He said at my power level, he's seen a lot of rear broken CVs, and it's bizarre then, because I talked to other companies and they say they don't see broken CVs, but Hellraiser is quickly becoming one of the best sources for an HP 70, HP 90, 95 transmission rebuilds, kits, everything, because they are probably the best in industry right now. He wants me to send my transmission to him this winter so he can go through it, but unless the borders open up, I'm gonna have a pain in the ass time with that. We're probably still gonna go through the transmission, put fresh sled of clutches in it. I'm gonna probably see if Hellraiser will send me their e-drum piece that tends to break on these transmissions, and then I might look into if anybody sells a billet output shaft, because I do expect at some point I will have some output shaft issues. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna stop the video there. This has been a 5.5 minute upload. Today's video is kind of going to be a discovery and troubleshooting video, so I hope you guys enjoy. I know you guys aren't huge fans of shop garage films for me, because honestly, I'm still having a hard time filming them. I'm a one-man show. Anyways, take care, stay running off-road. We'll chat soon. Well, that was all she wrote for the 2021 race season and summer for this bitch. I say it's the end, because we found what failed in Bonnieville. Ugh. Well, as you can see, we're under the Jeep now, and it's hard to see in, but you guys can kind of see something shiny there is rotating. That is a spider, like a differential spider. So we broke the rear diff on the Jeep. We have to now pull these two bolts, that bolt, and then there's two that go up. Drop the exhaust off, disconnect the drive shaft, and then I should be able to get the diff out. Once the diff is out, I can start tearing into the diff and see what we exactly broke. Hopefully the ring and pinion are in good shape. If not, change the ring and pinion and get some internal parts. I do have some other options that I could potentially put a Fort 9 setup in it, but I have to talk. I think I'm just going to brace the diff like most people do. I haven't braced it because I'm an idiot, and it probably just cost me $3,000 or $4,000. Let me apologize. I have been busy playing video games, and there's going to be a couple of videos before this yet. I'm going to edit one today, get it out, but we got out. The damage is not great. I still got to get it off the drive shaft and then pull the CV. The CV's stuck because I got a spider gear hanging out in the bottom of the diff. So I'm going to get it to the shop. I got some things to do at the shop anyway. I'm going to bring all my tools back to the shop, organize, figure out what I need. And we're going to get this diff torn apart and see what the plan is, because it's not going to be pretty. Okay. We got her. She's going to the shop. But if you can't quite hear that, it sounds like marbles in there. That's why the rear diff's out. As you can tell, there's no snow on the ground. I guess if I got a quick fix on this, maybe. There is a stock rear diff in Edmonton for 900. Possibly I can convince the guy to meet me in Red Deer for 900. I don't know yet. Anyways, I'm gonna get to it. Well, this is like one of my most spaced out videos ever. Anyways, I got the rear diff out of the Jeep. It was blown up. You guys saw that. I have a solution. Dodge, Ford. So I know I'm gonna take some flack. I'm going with a Ford 8.8 IRS diff from an Explorer. Now, looking at it, they're very similar in size. But why the Ford diff, Joe? The mounting holes are going to be very close. So I might even be able to just bolt that in. We'll see. And then front to back. Like, I'm telling you, it's close. By the time I put this on, I bet you it's the same. It is close. I was a little concerned about that. Hadn't 3D printed a case yet. We were going to 3D print a case. I got such a smoking good deal, thank you, Paul, that I had to do this route. So I'm gonna turn it around here. I'm gonna put you guys in the tripod. I'm gonna turn it around and see how close the bolt up is. And I can tell you that if the bolt up is the same, the front fab is gonna go quick. Okay, let's find out. Center to center is the same. What? Oh, well, okay. Part one, I should say part two of stuffing a Ford 8.8 IRS diff in the back of a WK2 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Huge. Huge. Sorry for the crazy hair, the dirty stash. It's Movember. I test fitted. Now the bolts are different. That's simple. I'm gonna aug it out. The Z bolt up is identical on the rear. Look at this though. So this is where the CV axle would go through. We're lined right up. Now, like, I'm sure if I like set this up, it'd be off like a small amount, and then like I know my deflection, but like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I kid you not. Like, I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna put this up and show you guys how close it is. I should almost be able to aug it out. The Jeep CVs are bigger on the inner than the Ford, so that's something that might be a little on the weaker side, is the rear CVs. But the diff is stronger. Parts availability. There's my stock diff. And yeah, so I'm actually going to do some test fitting when the new gears show up. See if it bolts up to the carrier. If it bolts up to the carrier, and then say the carriers are the same, maybe these WK2s have a opportunity to just drop a limited slip in that's a little stronger. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's better than what it was. But like, I'll get underneath here and I'm going to show you guys. I got 2 screws in. Now they're not, I got 2 bolts in the back. Now it's not super tight. So bear with me here. You can see the bolts. We're not cross-threaded, we're not tight. But now, what I'm gonna have to do is probably cut this off, because this isn't perfect, but that's a simple fix. I was hoping to utilize this as kind of the ability to bolt that up. The pinion angle is probably a little off. As you can tell, the drive shaft angle isn't great at the moment. So like, the Dodge is probably sits up a hair higher. The nice part about that, so I ended up, so like the pinion angle is gonna correct itself, guys, as this comes up. I can maybe space this out, say another, I could probably get 1/4 of an inch. I gotta line some stuff up here and see how square it is. I did order a rebuild kit, ordered Ford Racing gears, a Ford Racing setup kit. So like we're really close. But yeah, like it overall, it fits. I don't know what I'm hitting on. So like I can get it in there. Overall, like I could probably space it out, and I'm gonna have to do some test fitting there. I have to maybe space it out a little bit. Now that's simple because I should be able to take the back to the center and know what I need for spacing. I gotta order a wheel speed sensor because I tried to pop it out because I'm probably gonna take these out this winter and have them powder coated, cleaned right up. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get the parking brake out. I'm guessing pop this off, pop the brakes off, and that'll be the next step. Pad life is really good, so I'm guessing I got sold with a fairly new brakes when it came, but rotor itself has seen better days. But overall, guys, that's huge. So I actually might put a spacer, like say about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch, and that's gonna give me probably the alignment I need. I gotta compare the two, so which means I gotta put a centerpiece in here again. I should be able to, actually, I have a alignment pin, so I'm gonna find a tape measure, measure the difference between the back and the center line, and that's kind of gonna be tell me how much different it is from the other diff. Huge news though. Way less fabrication. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do the front mount system. I've seen a couple really good ideas. I gotta have to pull off. It's likely going to kind of be like a 4-bolted system. I'm hoping I can find like a spot underneath that'll, yeah, we'll see. Anyways, ciao. See you right away.